Hello.
Maybe you'd like to tell everyone what we're going to be playing.
For sure. So this is a game called Mutants and Masterminds. It's one I've had on my radar for a little while and wanted to try out.
If memory serves, it is written by Steve Kensen and published by Green Ronin Publishing.
But the basic idea behind the game is that you design a superhero character. The character creation system is a point-buy system. So your game master will tell you that you are a certain power level and that you then have so many points to spend. So you can spend points to raise your stats, such as your strength, your awareness, your intelligence, increase your powers, and increase your skill.
So it's a very crunchy game, but also one that lends itself to a lot of character customization, so I'm really excited.
Exactly.
So we have 4 players for this game today, so maybe we should go around and introduce ourselves and let everyone know who we're going to be playing as. So my name is Jack, and my character is Beacon, the solar-powered android.
It's hard to go around when none of us are actually sitting in a circle. So I'm going to go next. My name is Tyson, and I am playing Livewire.
So I'm Adam. I'll be playing the character Aldemar Bane, alias Tempest.
My name is Kellen, and I will be playing the character Doc. You get 3 guesses as to what he does.
Does he work at a boatyard?
On the nose, you got it.
So as we kind of already mentioned before, my name is Scott. I'm the GM, so...
Our Gungeon Master.
Gungeon Master, exactly. Because of these sick guns. So I'm the one who sets the world and plays all the NPC characters that the players interact with. So basically I play a whole bunch of characters, but none of the really cool ones. So.
Yeah, NPC actually stands for not particularly cool.
Little fact.
So on that note, Scott, why don't you take us away? Paint us a beautiful word vista with your enormous throbbing brain.
Alrighty then. I want you all to envision a city, towering skyscrapers, great big blue sky above it. This is the city of Newburg. It is the city of bustling economies, thriving shops, and culture the likes of which I've never seen before. And it is in this city that the 4 of you are at a conference table. And as you sit in this conference room, you see kind of that old style movie reel begin. So you see the 5, the circle around to the 4, the circle around to the 3, 2. And then a sepia-toned camera shot of Newburg appears. And complete with the tinny 1930s transatlantic voice, an announcer says, "Welcome to the city of Newburg, a bustling town full of lively people looking to do well, earn their few dollars, and enjoy the lively culture that this city has. But what's that in the darkness?" And cue like the horrible like harpsichord vamp of like horror. "It's a ne'er-do-well. These ne'er-do-wells are ruining the Newburg population, and they could be anyone. It could be him. It could be her. It could even be you. That's why the city of Newburg has elected to create the Newburg Advanced Law Enforcement Unit, otherwise known as the NAIL-U, on an advanced law enforcement unit dedicated to advanced crimes that the regular law enforcement units can't handle. That's where you come in." And the video then kind of just smears off and kind of just flickers and goes to darkness.
Beacon stands up and gives the video a standing ovation. He is just completely enraptured right now.
"Well, I am astonished that we actually spent money on that piece of shit," a harsh voice says. The lights flick back on and you all turn to see the speaker of the voice. It is a middle-aged woman. Her dark hair is pulled back into a tight bun as she wears the proper police uniform. "Well, seeing as that video has probably left you with multiple questions, I will begin. My name is Captain Park. I am head of the downtown precinct here of Newburg. I am your commanding officer for the NAIL-U. Any and all problems you have or questions go directly to me. Is that clear?"
Yes.
"Thank you. I like you already."
Beacon raises his hand. "I have a question.
Proceed."
Would this be an appropriate time to dispense with introductions to the rest of the team?"
"Do so when I am finished. That is on your own time. Are there any other questions?"
Beacon's hand goes up again.
Yes.
I could not help but notice that this conference room is illuminated using incandescent light bulbs. Did you know that fluorescent lights are not only more efficient, but also allow for a reduced carbon footprint on the environment?
You see her fingers go to her temple and starts massaging it slightly. Do whatever you feel is necessary. Now, seeing as I feel like this is a dangerous path I have opened up, I am going to say no more questions are allowed currently. With that, she looks at her watch. I have another meeting to attend to. I must be leaving. Goodbye. She stands up and leaves abruptly.
So what are we supposed to do? Anybody know?
When starting a job in a new work environment, it is often recommended to introduce oneself by name, followed by one interesting fact about yourself. For example, my name is Beacon. It is an acronym which stands for Bulk Energy Absorption Conduit and Officer of Newburg. I am very much looking forward to working with you all in the future. I guess if I haven't really described Beacon yet, he's somewhere around the ballpark of about 7 feet tall, with a sort of shiny metallic, silver and green color scheme, but also with very rounded and sort of friendly looking characteristics. He's basically a cross between Baymax and one of the Pacific Rim Jaegers in appearance.
Hi, everybody. I'm just look like a regular dude. I'm bald. That's probably the most defining feature about me, but fairly regular-ish. Not probably on the thinner side. Muscled, but not heavily muscled, just toned general dude. My name is Livewire. There is nothing interesting about me. You can't make me talk. I sit down.
Well, right. If you say so, Livewire. My name's Aldemar Bain. It's nice to meet all of you. I'm over 600 years old. And I sit back down. 6'3", slender build, gray eyes, brown hair. Nothing physically remarkable about him.
I guess I'm the last one to stand up. I heave a heavy sigh. I'm all right. If I must do it, then I will. I draw myself up. I'm a very severe-looking individual. I have very neatly combed black hair, and I have square, dark-framed glasses with really arching eyebrows. And just my name is Theo Asclepius. You may call me Dr. Asclepius. And if you must know one interesting thing about me, I detest superheroes. And if you have to ask, yes, that includes you. And I sit down.
I think we're going to get along just fine.
It is a pleasure to meet you all. I predict that the four of us working together within close proximity will eventually result in an unlikely but powerful friendship.
Yeah, this is going to go real well.
I like the robot.
Thank you. I like you as well.
Excuse me, as you hear knocks on the door. Excuse me, are you guys still in there? The door opens and you see a younger guy. He looks like he's kind of just the rookie beat cop type thing. His hair is still closely shaved and full uniform, looking a little bit like he's trying to run around and help out everything he can. Hi, I'm Caleb. I suppose Captain Park just kind of left you here, didn't she? If you guys want, I can give you a tour of the precinct, get you to kind of see where everything is, get to know what's going on.
Yes.
Okay. If you guys want to follow me out, so he leads you out of the conference room, and you can kind of see just the area you're in is kind of more the administrative conference side of things. So yeah, this is the office area. Captain Park's office is right at the end of the hall there on the left, and then the office just before that is the receptionist, Gail. Gail's lovely. And then over on the right-hand side of the office is the head of our forensics department. I actually have never met him and don't know his name. So I'm Caleb. Sorry, did I mention that already?
Hello, Caleb. It is very nice to meet you.
Thanks. I guess we'll head downstairs then from here, and I'll show you the rest of the space. So he leads you down the stairs, and as you're coming out, a guy kind of walks by and just kind of harshly shoulders Caleb. What are you leaving the nail you around for, Caleb? I just thought they should See the building. No one cares. They don't need to see the building. They're going to be gone in a week anyways. And he just kind of briskly walks away again.
I like that guy. He has a spring in his step. Really brings the whole place together. I bet he's fun at parties.
Yeah, sorry about Detective Chalmers there.
Superintendent Chalmers.
And there-
Sorry. You said detective. I apologize.
I did say Detective Chalmers, yes. So, yeah, sorry about Detective Chalmers there. So I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this or not or heard it on the news, but the formation of the Nail U unit has been a little bit divided in terms of public opinion. Some people think it's great that you guys are here and doing what you're doing, but other people absolutely hate it because they think that it's essentially going to take away all the work from the police force, and then basically there's going to be no need for a police force anymore, and then we're just going to have a bunch of superheroes running around and fighting things out and all that stuff. But I think it's great that you guys are here. I'm excited to work with you guys.
Well, I'm excited to work until I get you out of a job. Just kidding, man. Just kidding.
How many
Thanks.
non-advanced law incidents are there such that the police would have nothing to do if there was someone there to deal with those?
Well, it used to be not very many. Like maybe like once a year, someone with some crazy gadget would show up. But lately, we've been seeing more and more advanced things happen. So things where normal means can't help with it. And this is where maybe it's a little bit more helpful to create the Nail U. I think last year we had probably about, I think it was like 6 or 7 incidents where the police just weren't able to handle it at that point, and we were kind of just waiting on someone else to come in and help out. And obviously when you have something like that happen, or you have to have outside influence, some people get really upset about that. So, and now with the Nail U being formed, it's kind of the city conceding to the fact that it's going to keep happening and will always keep happening. And some people just really don't feel happy with that.
See.
Oh, absolutely. Believe me, it is my deepest desire as a member of the Nail U that we be made redundant at some point.
I guess that is kind of the goal, isn't it? I mean, if the society was perfect, why do we need a police force, I guess, huh? So down here, this is kind of the general workspace. So this is where everyone here kind of works on their desk work and paperwork and whatnot. And did you want to see the basement? We have one more floor to see.
Yeah, I would.
I think one of you guys will have to use your cards, though. I don't have clearance to forensics yet. So
you didn't get cards yet?
Oh shit, we have ID cards?
yeah, you already have your ID cards.
Have we taken pictures for it, or is it like
It's
a
enough.
like a placeholder one until we get the real plastic one?
No. It already has the picture one on it. So he leads you down to the basement, and the basement actually seems very decked out. Like it's wall to wall, it's basically just a glass wall essentially with the doors, and then you can actually see all the scientists in there just kind of. But before that glass wall there's another door, and that one actually has the key card access. So yeah, this is forensics. I don't know anyone that really works here, but I would imagine if you make a friend with someone down here, it'd be really helpful, because then if you have any forensic samples you need a rush or anything like that, you can maybe talk to them about moving you up in the queue or something like it. So that's really the whole building. If you do make any arrests, then we take them to the penitentiary first for lockup and everything, but that's not located here. That's closer to the west end of the city, as I'm sure you probably already know. I'm talking a lot, aren't I?
Do you have an infirmary or anything of the sort around here? Anywhere with medical supplies?
I guess there's a drugstore like 5 minutes down the street.
I'll put that down as a big fat no.
Do your vents go to every room in the building?
I would imagine so. Yes.
Okay, I won't need my key card.
Okay.
Hey, Caleb, I do have another question. You always sweat this much?
It kind of.
Just kidding.
Yes.
Smack you in the back a little bit.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it.
At this point, Beacon has already entered the forensics lab and is currently just standing over the shoulder of some scientist who's looking at something under a microscope or something and just craning his head trying to look over their shoulder at what they're examining.
So the forensic scientist like finally gets like done looking at stuff and like goes to stand up and is like, something, what? Turns around. What the?
Apologies, I did not mean to cause any alarm. My name is Beacon. I am a new recruit with the Nail U.
The woman that was at the microscope is taking like very deep breaths to calm herself down. Yes, okay. Hi, my name is Natasha. Have you been desanitized?
Desanitized?
Sorry, sanitized. I may have been drinking.
I mean, we could desanitize if you want.
I have been desanitizing for a long time. I am
Go.
as unsanitized as possible.
Okay. Have you been sanitized?
Beacon just sort of blinks at her for a moment and then says, Did you know that the average person spends 8.2 minutes in the shower every day? By reducing this time, you can greatly improve water conservation and lessen your personal impact on the environment.
Okay, so not only did you give me a panic attack, you are also contaminating all the samples we have in here. I need you to leave now.
Understood. I will proceed to the... Fuck. Man, this voice is hard to keep up for some reason.
What, monotone? Monotone is hard to do.
Yeah, sorry for just totally corpsing over here. Beacon leaves the forensics lab.
As the rest of you are like watching this, you see the scientist just like slowly like start to massage the bridge of her nose. Just
I don't know about you guys, but I think I just found the party's new best friend NPC right here.
I already got her name down in my notes.
These people really like to massage facial features.
well, I
Maybe this when
mean,
we're around.
you are giving them migraines essentially. So
I kind of like sidle up to the other guys, like away from Beacon. And I'm like, okay, first order of business. I think we need to appoint one of us to be the nanny for the robot.
So the robot's the nanny for us.
I don't like that setup.
I don't think any of us do.
I guess if that's that. Oh, do you have your login information yet for the computers? We can go to Gale and get those, and I'm guessing there's a little bit more paperwork you might have to fill out. That'll probably take you the rest of the day at least until 5. So
I can't wait to roleplay through all this paperwork action.
Good session, guys. We'll pick this up tomorrow.
Roll to sign.
don't worry, I'm gonna skip through all the boring paperwork stuff because yeah, that's super boring and no one actually gives a crap about it. So
I do.
well,
I
good for
don't. I'm kidding.
Well, so nighttime rolls around, 5 o'clock hits, and everything's shutting down. Everyone's sort of packing up their bags and meandering off, going home. Caleb swings by your desks and says goodbye, and that'll see you tomorrow.
Does Natasha from Forensics come to say goodbye, or...
I'm pretty sure, I would say that Beacon probably like was keeping an eye out for Natasha, and you already saw her like leave from the basement. Like she was hightailing it out of there.
I get the feeling she's kind of the person that's like, as soon as it hits 5 o'clock, she's out of the building.
Yeah, like she was ready to go.
At home, in a bath, glass of wine.
She has had her fill of forensics for the day.
And she's blackout drunk by 7.
Maybe not blackout drunk, but still.
But close.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dangerous to do in the full bathtub.
Is she like a beer drinking lady, or is she like a bottle of wine and a cat lady?
You're gonna have to talk to her to find that stuff out. Like,
Oh, true. I forgot how role playing games work.
In Beacon's like robot brain right now, there's just like a little like Skyrim quest pop up that says like objective be Natasha's best friend.
That's
Okay.
his UI. He literally functions like an RPG.
Yeah, he runs on the Skyrim engine. That's why he's so buggy.
Oh,
Let's collect 10 Nernroot.
I am excited for the time that I hit Beacon and he goes careening 500 feet in the air. With it being the night shift, if you guys want to do some extra RPing, you're more than welcome to. If you guys do not want to, I can fast forward it as well.
when was the last time we ate? Like, did we have lunch?
You guys have definitely had lunch, but dinner time hits and it's kind of like, you're all starting to get a bit hungry. You need some food.
I'll keep working through dinner.
I'm going to go make a stop by the store, maybe pick up some food or anything. Does anybody want anything?
How about I make that run for you? What do you want? Trust me, I'll be there. I'll be back in 2 minutes, not even.
All right, I'll hold on a second. I pull out a sheet of paper and I start scribbling some stuff, and it's like, all right, this is my shopping list. Make sure you get everything. And make sure it's the brand name, none of the store brand. That's just they won't cut it.
Sure thing. You got any money?
I hand him a 20.
All right,
You
man.
better keep the receipts.
And I know how much this costs, and I'm expecting change back.
Expect all you want, old man.
I'm 28.
Oh. Hey.
I know 7 years of medical school does a number on your complexion, but I
Jeez,
am
all right.
28.
We say we're the same age.
Oh, wow, twinsies.
I'll just call you Angry Man instead. So hey, Scott, how far away is this store?
The
And
store
how fast
probably-
does the cashier talk?
I'd probably say like it's a 10. Like if you're walking at a normal person pace, like maybe like a 10-minute walk away.
This
All
isn't
right.
a normal person role
I
playing.
know you said normal person. What do you think I offered to run this? I run at 2,000 miles per hour, so I am back for as long as it takes the cashier to give me my shit.
Okay, so basically the cashier, like it's night shift at this point, so the cashier's just kind of slow, just like, hey, how are you tonight?
Good, here's my shit.
Okay.
Start
It's
tapping my
me.
foot at 2,000 miles per hour.
You are starting to like dig yourself a slight hole into the floor.
There's like smoke rising up. Yeah.
Sir, could you please not do that to our floor?
Hey, the sooner I'm out here, the sooner I stop wrecking your floor.
That'll be 1783.
I give him the 20. Keep the change. Take off. And roughly a minute and a half later, here's all your
I
shit.
hold out my hand. $2.17, please.
Oh, well, you know, the guy at the cashier there was just so nice and helpful. I thought, you know what? Let's give him a little extra. I know you're a generous person. You won't mind.
I'm really weighing the options of like, is it worth it to go and demand my money back? And it takes me like a good 5 minutes to come to the conclusion that's probably not.
Yeah, this is exactly what people play role-playing games for, to act out such exciting scenarios as paperwork and grocery shopping.
Oh, yeah, man. Just waiting.
Half an hour into the session, and we've only just now had somebody actually use one of their superpowers.
Not true. That's not true. I worked through lunch and dinner because I don't need to eat. So
Oh, fair. I guess technically neither do I. So
Yeah. See, you guys are using powers left, right, and center. Suddenly, the alarms start going off. Sirens are blaring. You guys see...
Somebody turn that off.
We're trying to do paperwork here.
It would appear that an emergency is occurring somewhere within the city.
the phone starts ringing. Well, all the phones in the department start ringing, actually.
If only we had training for this.
Is it okay if I picture the phones as looking like the Powerpuff Girls hotline phone?
One of them's the bat phone, for sure.
all right, I'll pick up the phone. Newburg Advanced Law Enforcement Unit. This is Aldemar speaking.
Robbery occurring at First National Bank on First Street, Newburg.
Yeah. Okay, we're on it.
You guys would say, hey, Beacon, it's talking to your sister.
Beacon, it's for you.
Don't be ridiculous. I don't
I
sound
can't
anything
understand
like
some
that.
kind of robot speech. Beacon, get over here.
So, should we head to the scene of the crime then, or?
Okay, so I'm guessing all of you are just kind of booking it your own way to there. So
I have a car, don't worry.
yeah, you take one of the police cars. So
No,
you
I
the-
have my own car. It's the Docmobile.
Okay.
It's an
Okay.
ambulance.
I saw Kellen's character sheet prior to us starting, so yes, I can attest that the Docmobile is a real thing that he included on there. That's not just an ass pull; it was preordained.
You take the Docmobile.
Can I go in the doc? Can I hang out in the Docmobile?
Fine, you can. Okay, yes, you can.
Cool. I'm gonna hang out in the back.
Beacon is going to attempt to squeeze himself into the Docmobile as well, if Dr. Theo is okay with it.
So I just want to double check something here. You move at 250 miles an hour, Jack.
yes.
Tyson moves at 2,000 miles an hour.
Yep.
Both of you are just deciding to ride in the ambulance on public roads.
Yeah,
How do you-
I'm not running all the way there. Who gives a shit?
Carpooling is an effective way to maximize fuel efficiency and reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
Oh.
How do you calculate speed? It's like something times the speed rating.
Your speed rank is already set. Your distance rank equals time rank plus speed rank. Looking at the page right now.
I'm
So
gonna need that page.
Yeah, we don't know how far we're going though.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
the Dockmobile has speed 5.
Okay, yeah, I'm flying there. I don't give a shit.
At least, I guess one of you is moving fast, I guess. How fast do you fly, Adam?
I have speed rank 6.
Oh,
What's-
big man.
Do you have a number for that one that I could?
1,227 miles an hour.
Okay, so, about half as fast as Tyson. Okay. So meanwhile, at the scene of the robbery, 3 of you have decided to take an ambulance to the scene of the crime. Okay, good. You're getting there ever so slightly faster.
I just realized we're taking an ambulance to a police situation.
It's like a custom ambulance. It's fine. It's fine.
So basically, Aldemar shows up at the scene of the crime, and as you get to the bank, you see that the front doors are open, actually, surprisingly enough. But there's no physical sirens going off for you. Like, everything's quiet, actually, and silent.
Looks like we missed him. Let's go home, boys.
This problem solved itself.
Did you want to explore further into the bank before they get there, Adam? They still have a little while to get there.
Yeah, I may as well walk on in.
So you walk on in.
Do we have, like, radio communication with each other or anything?
I don't think you guys grabbed that before you left, no.
I don't think
Unfortunate.
So as you walk in, Adam, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. Actually, I should have you make a check for that. I believe it should be I'd say a perception right now.
15.
First die roll of the game.
I don't know. It's exciting.
15? Okay, so you can tell that there's no sign of a forced entry, like there's no broken glass. It doesn't look like they tried to bust their way in through the wall or anything like that. It looks like, but once again, though, why are the alarms going off if there's no sign of entry? You're probably pretty close to like the teller counters now, and same sort of scenario. Like everything looks pretty standard. Nothing's broken. No one's gone for the cash registers, it seems, or tried to steal the computers or the cables there.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna look for like any signs of just recent activity, I guess. Should be probably investigation.
Okay.
14.
14. So as you kind of investigate the lobby a little bit more, it is a little bit hard to tell if there is actually anything there. As you look at the lock of the front door, though, you do see scratches on it, though.
On the inside or the outside?
On the outside.
All right. I guess I'll just wait for the rest of the crew.
Okay. You wait a couple minutes, then you just hear the woo, 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 woo.
And I parallel park it flawlessly.
Yeah, roll vehicles for parallel parking.
13.
You know what? I'd say it's like the DC 5, I'm guessing. Easy, like low speed turn, 5 to 10 would be easy to average for a parallel park.
You losers probably thought I didn't put any points into vehicles, but you were wrong.
You could put
No, I
points
really
into
wanted to
vehicles.
see you roll a 1.
Yep, so you parallel park flawlessly and turn off the sirens.
Turns out Doc's real superpower is just that he can always find a parking spot.
Yeah, so many people think being a superhero is glamorous, but we're just like everyone else. I say as I put on my high-tech battle armor.
So yeah, but you guys are at the bank now. You guys see Aldemar standing outside or like kind of around the area. Just
How-
I'll wave enthusiastically.
How dark is it since it's getting a little late?
it's like 11:30 at night. Like it's pretty dark. It is a full moon though, so it's still sort of bright.
Are there any street lamps?
There
This
are
is the
street
middle of
lamps
the
along the
city.
street. Yes.
And
That's
light
when the lights
pollution.
were on. Oh no, the lights would probably be off in the bank at this point.
Yeah, what about
Yeah.
inside the bank?
Inside the bank, it's black, pitch black.
Okay.
Yeah, no alarms either. There's probably no power, but I probably have to roll to make that assumption.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't really factor in night shifts when I decided to be a solar-powered robot.
I'd say that you're probably still at like probably like 40 to 50% power because
It's been a low energy day.
it's been a low energy day. Yeah, so you're at 40 to 50% power, so I think you should be fine for probably the next you'd probably last until like dawn.
Okay.
With light activity. Anything much heavier though, and you might end it like an hour or two earlier depending on how much you push yourself.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do though?
Well, I guess for starters, I will go over to where Adam's character Aldemar is.
How do you spell Aldemar?
Aldemar.
Okay.
Hello, Aldemar. What did you see inside the bank?
Well, nothing. I mean, the lights are off, sure, but like there's no signs of a forced entry. Looked like maybe someone tried to pick the lock here. I'm wondering if the power's been cut.
I turn on my flashlight.
Ooh.
I love it. So you turn on your flashlight, and you, I'm guessing you start walking in again.
Oh yeah, I walked into the bank.
Okay, so you walk into the bank, and you see that there is another hallway. Actually, I guess the best way to describe it is like, so you walk in. You know how there's that hallway behind the tellers for them to move back and forth to certain things? There's another hallway that runs parallel to that on the client side. And it looks like there's a door actually where you can meet behind there. And that door is also open right now.
I believe that I should go through the door first.
Seconded.
Yeah, sure. Let the robot take the hits.
Well, I'm outruled.
Okay, I cautiously take a step in through the door.
You look inside and you see that it is still very dark, but it does look like you do see some small like little blips of light from various electrical equipment, but you still can't really see too well in there. Actually, do you have dark vision? I forget now. I don't think you do though.
I'd say we can just assume that since I have the flashlight, I'm just like poking it in so we can see what's in the next room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So you poke it. So you have it through, and you can see like there's lights. What you can assume is part of the security system. You see a couple lights that are rapidly flashing, and a couple too that are sort of just glowing. And then you see that as you move further down, there's a couple like conference spots. It looks like almost in here, and then there's an elevator on the other side of the wall, and then there's another door.
I guess I'll open the next door.
You open the next door, and in there, actually, I'll have you roll a perception check for that one.
Am I good at perception?
You have a 2 here, so I'm guessing no.
Yeah, that's not stellar. That's a 10.
You don't see any. Well, you do see one blinking red light on the wall, and you do see that there's a small wire running from the light.
Okay, and does this light look the same as the ones that we saw in the other room, or?
It doesn't look like it, no, because it's placed like kind of smack in the middle of the wall, and there's no wires like leading from it. You might want to shine the flashlight on that one a little bit more closely for sure, though.
Yeah, what? Yeah. I step forward with the flashlight.
You see that the wire just goes into sort of this plastic circle, and it is firmly stuck to the wall, and it is still making that beeping noise.
Oh shit, I see where this is going. I immediately grab Doc and just dive to the ground.
And the bomb detonates.
As I dive to the ground, I'd also like to activate one of my powers, which is a force field.
Guessing you'll do like, would it be kind of like a football thing where like you like scoop Doc up in your one arm, land on your back, and then activate the force field with the other hand, I'm guessing? Sure.
Do you have to use your hand to activate it? He's a robot. Can't he just turn it on and off at will, sort of thing?
I'm guessing not, no. So
The official rules surrounding my force field are that it requires a move action to activate. It's concentration based, so every round of combat after that I have to spend my standard action to maintain the force field, but while it is active, my toughness is increased by 10. So yeah, like no hand gestures or anything involved to activate.
okay.
It's just you or the guy you're carrying?
Well, I assume if I'm like on top of someone, they should also be protected, right?
You assume? It says it increases your toughness, doesn't say it's a circular element.
Well, I think like he's trying to like cover me with his whole body, and so he's gonna be taking the in the first place.
Yeah.
Right, so the force field brings my toughness stat up to a 20 from the 10 that it originally was.
20?
Shit.
But again, I have to concentrate every turn to maintain the force field, so I can't use any standard actions if I want to keep it active.
Okay. Your dodge is 0, is that correct?
Yeah, but my toughness is 20.
Okay, so it is a success. So part of the bomb does hit you. kind of just the wall shrapnel and everything else. But you are allowed to make a toughness check.
So would that just be like a D20 roll plus my toughness?
I don't think you roll toughness.
No, it's just toughness rank. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, because I was going to say a D20 roll plus another 20 onto that feels like a bit of an overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the damage rank plus 15, and if that beats his toughness, then he takes damage by however much.
It's a 20 check, so you actually don't take any damage from it still. So it hits you, but it's just kind of like the shrapnel just kind of like bounces off of you or hits the barrier and just bounces around a little bit. And this obviously creates quite a bit of dust actually from the bomb going off. Doc and Beacon make perception checks.
Okay, that's another 10.
That's a 30.
Oh geez, yeah. So Beacon, you don't hear anything, but Doc, from through the dust and the explosion, you just kind of hear, "Go, go, go! We have the goods. We need to go, go, go!"
Gentlemen, we're not alone in the building.
Beacon's just gonna sort of stand up and say, "Attention to all parties present. Please cease all criminal activity effective immediately."
Good job, Beacon. That ought to do it.
I'm gonna activate my Tempest form.
So as you say that, you still hear like the sounds of like the footsteps of like people running through. I'll say with your 30, Kellen, you actually notice that one of the sets of footsteps sounds a little bit more uneven. So it's not a steady gait anymore. There's something problematic with it.
Right, I gotcha. Okay. I'll make it that what I will.
Yep. And then I'll say with your 32, you can also like see like sort of the shadows of them like still moving through the hole that's now been created in the wall.
I could see everything.
So are they moving towards us or away from us?
Yeah, it blew a hole in the wall and people are running in now?
No, they're moving away. Like the four of them are moving away. Like they're running from the hole to the outside.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they were in the building, and now they're running past us through the hole out of the building.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get you.
As the dust settles, the four of you see four other figures standing between you and the newly formed hole in the wall. They are dressed head to toe in tactical armor, and their faces are obscured by bandanas and night vision goggles. And as you see them, they see all of you as well, and the one standing closest to the hole looks over at you and says, "Who the fuck are you guys?" I guess at this point, roll for initiative.
Is it agility?
I believe it is, yes.
56.
I love this game, you guys. Also, I rolled an 8.
Hey, that's a 20.
Oh, nice.
8! What does everybody's like superhero costume look like? Are we all suited up for battle?
I was gonna ask, did we get any uniforms from the cop shop or something like that?
No, you guys got nothing like that.
So I activated my Tempest form, which is the gaseous form ability. So I'm basically just a cloud of heavy vapor, no legs, and claws at the end of my fingers now.
Oh, awesome.
But in general, I'm going to be running around shirtless and jeans. That's about it.
Oh,
shoes,
groovy.
some classic sneakers. Yeah. That's about it. I don't have a superhero thing. I'm just a dude.
For Doc's appearance, I'm just kind of wearing like a black turtleneck and khaki slacks, and I have like sort of like a cybernetic power armor, but just the chest piece I wear over that. And then I have I basically have a purse on me at my side too.
Is it? You said the turtleneck was black, or is it slightly darker black?
Oh yeah, it is Tyson first. Tyson got a freaking 56 on number 9.
Ooh, a 37. However, are we going to beat that? Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you ever not go first in battle, something's gone horribly wrong.
Something's definitely wrong, man. Yeah.
It really is saying something that Livewire could roll a 2 on his initiative check and still outpace all of us with the modifier.
Christ.
And if I crit fail, I just smear myself on the pavement for 50 feet.
I really like the fact that there's a much crunchier but also flexible game system like this for superpowers.
I mean, when you think about it, none of us are really any more overpowered than like your average DC Comics character.
Yeah.
The freedom is just unprecedented.
Okay, so Livewire goes first, you said?
Yeah. I'm immediately going to need help with how fast I move in combat, because who the fuck knows? All I know is I move at 2,000 miles per hour.
Tyson, you can move 4 miles in one action round.
4 miles an action. Cool.
Is that all? Gotta pump those numbers up, man.
I'm going to run right up. Again, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I can shoot 35 feet with my ranged electric. I'm just going to target probably first guy on his way out to the door.
What's your ranged combat bonus?
Range combat energy control is 13 total.
Yeah, 35 should be right.
All right. Well, I'm going to shoot that first guy who's trying to make a run for it.
Okay. So you make an attack roll with a total bonus for all your range things. So your total bonus is your dexterity, your range combat, and any other abilities or powers you might have.
So 25.
25.
Against dodge.
Yep. So you hit,
Yay.
and then you deal damage now. So what's the damage rank on your ability there, Tyson?
I've written here range damage 20.
Jesus.
That's a shitload of damage.
Well, like, the thing is that we're new to this game, so I don't know if that's a high number or not. But it sounds
Yeah,
high.
that's true.
I
There's a
mean,
lot of-
I only
a lot
do
of big
two
numbers
things.
going on around.
I run fast and I shoot lightning really hard. Those are the two things that I can do.
Well, his damage is 20, he said, plus 15.
Yeah.
So 35 opposed against the target's toughness.
Oh boy.
The that bolt of lightning smacks the person right in the dome, and they just drop like a sack of potatoes.
Damn right.
You kind of hear an from the person as they drop down.
I'm sure that was a non-lethal bolt of lightning.
It's okay. They were wearing their rubber underpants. It's fine.
So at this, the other three, you just kind of hear like a Jesus and holy fuck, you fucking bitches! Oh my god!
I'm sorry. Are we fighting the plastics from Mean Girls right now?
Clearly, we're dealing with a well-organized criminal outfit.
There is enough light here, especially from Doc being so close, that you can see that all of them have their faces fully covered, and they're all wearing voice modulators as well. So all the voices are slightly harder to distinguish.
Whose turn is next?
So next it is one of the unknown ones, and she is just gonna friggin' hightail it out of here.
You know what? That's fair. If I just saw someone get struck by lightning, I would do the same.
And from outside, you hear the unmistakable sound of a car engine revving. Next up is Aldemar.
Yeah. So, okay, so like, do they just all have guns then?
Make a perception check, actually.
19.
19? Yeah. You can tell, actually, that this person doesn't seem to be holding anything in their hands.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go for them.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my suffocating grasp.
Jesus.
Okay.
So that's gonna be against parry. 28.
That hits, if I'm reading this correctly. Difficulty class equal to 10 plus the target's defense. Yeah, so, yep, still hits.
Alright, so then now it's fortitude versus 20.
Yeah, so 10 plus that value, correct? You said fortitude?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that also fails. So she
By
is
how many degrees?
2.
2?
No, sorry,
Alright.
1 degree, because it's weird, because once you succeed, that's already 1 degree, then 5 points is another degree.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So once you succeed, that's 1 degree of success. When you
Okay.
go, so that's between like 0 and 5. When you go between 5 and 10, that's 2 degrees of success.
Okay. Then
So,
they
yeah.
are, what was it? Fatigued right now. And I'm like extending my form through their mask and into their nostrils and mouth.
Holy shit, what kind of HP Lovecraft bullshit is this? You guys are all freaks.
So next up is person way in the back here. They were able to stumble out far enough to get into the car. So I'm guessing you don't stick with them, do you, Adam? Like you're not forced to follow them?
No.
Okay. You do see them leave the building, and they're able to hop into the car as well. And then you just see the car reverse past and drive out.
Was it the driver's turn again already?
The driver had a ready to action.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I will actually give all of you this chance. You can make a perception check to see the car as it drives by the hole. Because essentially what it is right now is that this is an alleyway that they're in. So they're trying to get out of the alley and back onto the street, basically.
Is it still in combat? Is it still going by rounds? Or can I book it after them? Because they're not getting away. It's a car.
Don't worry, we can pursue them in the Docmobile.
Here, make the perception check first, because if you don't know what type of car it is, how do you know which car to chase down?
I got an 18.
As did I.
16.
13.
So you guys are able to tell that it was a Volvo minivan.
Oh, so did you say Holvo?
Volvo. I'm not sure what we're allowed to do with trade names in this, so I'm like, whatever.
It could be a smudge.
That's a Mesla.
A Porgini. So up next is Kellen.
Or Doc, if we're still going by character names.
All right. Well, so the rest of them, for the time being, have gotten away, right? It's just the one knocked out left
There.
behind.
Yeah, they're attempting to book it out of there.
I'm gonna move over to the one that was knocked out and start. I'm gonna take a look at them and make sure they're not, seriously injured or anything, because I am a doctor.
Hippocratic oath and all that jazz. so-
Exactly. And I'm gonna point to Livewire and be like, "Well, what are you waiting for? Go after them!" As I tend to the fallen miscreant.
So,
I'm waiting for my turn to come around. The DM won't let me move.
I'll say that's an investigation on your
Investigate, just to see if they're hurt. Okay.
part. Yes.
I was gonna say I also have treatment,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I have
sorry,
expertise medicine.
Sorry, I just saw treatment. Yeah, I'll say do. This is more expertise medicine, just because you're trying to do like a general overview of the patient first before you're doing treatment for them. So I'll say expertise medicine. That makes more sense.
Sense
Sorry.
to me. That's a 24.
So you can tell that the patient is alive. Their pulse is slightly erratic right now, but probably just because of the fact that they just got literally electrocuted.
Right.
So how else are you going to feel about that? But their pulse is there. You can see that they're breathing. Doesn't look like there's any apparent burns on the body, but you also can't quite see all that well yet.
I was gonna have the flashlight stuck in my teeth. I'm gonna do what I can to stabilize them, make sure they're not in danger of dying.
Yeah, so I think that'll have to be your next turn because you did just move and take a standard action. So
Yeah, that's totally fine. I got it.
Yep. Up next is Mr. Jack.
All right, well, I have a flight rank of 7, which, if my math is right, evens out to about 250 miles an hour. So I'm going to try and pursue the getaway vehicle. I might not catch up right away, but hopefully I can at least keep pace.
Sorry, what car are you driving that goes 250 miles an hour?
Well, hopefully not a Volvo minivan. Okay, so I assume it'll be pretty easy to catch up then.
Tyson, your turn now.
All right. I cast
So-
the minivan. For...
Are you still able to perceive everything properly as you're running at 2,000 miles an hour?
That's where I don't have super reflexes. But I can not die by they're not I don't have to have both. There's nothing in super speed that says you have to have this in order to not die at running at this speed.
Okay, fair. And I'm guessing you don't have to run like full tilt all the time either. Like you can run like
No, I'm gonna only go 1,000 miles per hour till I get to the street, and then I can see what they are.
Okay.
Regardless, I could probably take a double move action. First move to get to the end of the alleyway,
Yeah.
seconds, and then see which way they went, and then just keep pace with them.
Okay, so as you run out, actually I'll have you roll a perception check for this
I
one.
was just gonna say perception to find them. 13.
As you scan, you see two minivans side by side. They're both Volvos.
Do we have a color? Do we have a color on these minivans?
No.
It's dark outside. Might be hard to tell.
One's a beige color and one's a black color. But they're
Alright.
they're both turning in different directions.
If I can yell back to Beacon,
Yeah, talking to
Yeah.
reaction.
just beige Volvo. Because I just want to yell beige Volvo, and then I'm gonna book it after the black one.
Okay, yeah, we'll split up. So on my turn, I'll go after the beige Volvo.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're pursuing the black Volvo then?
Yeah.
So the black Volvo turns right, and I'm guessing you're doing like a nice speed walk just to follow them at this point,
Yeah.
or do you keep up with them?
Just jogging down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
What would you like to do at this point now that you've caught up to the black Volvo?
I could just tail them. Really, I can't really take them down unless I stop to shoot them, but they get moving. So
Could you?
You could run up alongside them and peek through the window.
yeah, really, I just want to trail them. I mean,
Okay.
I doubt they've got their masks off or anything else that I can use to identify them. We've already got the car. I might as well just find out where they live.
Okay, so you're gonna keep tailing the black Volvo then?
Just gonna follow them wherever they go.
That's why we split up.
So you're trailing the black Volvo. Adam, your turn now.
I'm gonna stay with the doc because apparently I'm slow.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say it only took us 2 hours to split the party.
All right then. Kellen, your turn.
I guess I'll carry the unconscious body of the thug that's left behind back to the dockmobile. Or at least start the process of doing that. It's probably going to take me a few rounds because I can't run 4 miles.
In 6 seconds. Okay. So you start carrying the patient back. You do start to notice, like, as you're starting to move to pick her up, you do start to hear like some faint, like, vocal sound.
Oh boy, is she waking up?
Slowly but surely.
Damn it, I'm in a pickle. I can't hurt her.
Jack, your turn.
Okay, so I'm flying after the beige minivan right now. I'm just going to hover beside them as they drive and sort of just like motion for them to pull over.
Scarier than a bike cop.
You turn in to look at them and like tell them to motion over. The person inside driving turns their head and you see like a mask covering their face still.
Okay, so I ended up with the right vehicle then.
You do have the right vehicle, yes.
Okay.
Legitimately did not think they'd be in the beige one.
Yeah, right.
You do still have a standard action though, Jack, because I'm guessing you just used your move action to catch up. So
I'm just gonna ready an action. I don't really want to like use force unprovoked.
okay, am I allowed to ask what this readied action is or no?
See, I haven't really thought that far ahead, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. I'm still just kind of amazed that I've made it this far.
You see the window get rolled down, and just is there a problem?
Hello. I apologize for the inconvenience, but please pull your vehicle to the side of the road and make a complete stop immediately.
Hope she's watching the road.
I'm gonna have her make a driving check. Okay, so it's vehicles, and vehicles is based off of dexterity, if I remember correctly. Okay, so you can tell like the driver's trying to fumble for something, but she can't seem to get herself coordinated, and she just kind of starts swerving a little bit on the road.
Robbing a bank and reckless driving? That's it, I'm taking you in.
I repeat, please pull over and come to a complete stop immediately.
So another window rolls down this time, and you just hear from the voice modulator, "Why are you flying, sir? You should be on the ground." And she tries to give you a punch from the window. So if I'm reading this correctly, that is a crit roll,
Oh,
actually.
jeez. She's got a mean right hook, apparently.
While moving? And apparently drunk, as it sounds.
Okay, so I got an 18. It's a melee attack, so it's against your parry. 10 plus your parry.
My parry is a 5, so plus 10. Yeah, that would still hit.
And then for the damage, she's just going to deal 2 times 2 damage to you, so 4 damage to you.
Alright, so my toughness is still 10, so I guess that means I successfully soak the hit, so no damage or consequences to that.
Yeah, so it does nothing. Just
On
clang,
my hand.
nothing
On
happens.
my hand. Because she's not drunk.
I don't mean to steal the show if we want to go back to Doc or Aldemar for a second, since they're kind of also in the middle of something.
Unconscious person is still just slightly murmuring.
I'm going to shoot her because I just remembered I have this. I'm going to shoot her with my sleep gas.
There you go.
Oh, dearie me, she seems to be waking up.
She has to make a fortitude check against my sleep gas DC.
Okay, so 12. What's the DC for your sleep?
DC was 16.
Yep, she is fast asleep. Up next is Jack's turn.
Okay, I guess we are, like, technically out of combat right now, so I'm just going to slightly pull ahead of the minivan and just sort of ready another action.
You hear the driver just, EMP, EMP, EMP.
Oh, that's not a good sound.
As a robot, I'm pretty sure an EMP would fuck with my shit pretty thoroughly.
First of all, she has to make a driving check for it. So she succeeds. She's able to grab something and keep the car straight.
Okay.
And she's going to try to throw something at you.
I think I'll use that readied action to put up my force field real quick.
Okay, so your force field pops up. I think I see how this is going to work now for her. So the driver tries to like throw something out. It hits the force field, lands on the ground. All of a sudden, you just kind of see a couple cars just stop entirely.
Oh, is it a busy street? Is there going to cause an accident?
They probably wouldn't stop instantly. They'd start rolling to a stop.
You kind of roll to a stop by the time like they slow, because they're going to just kind of slow down gradually. So the people behind them will probably know it's like, oh, like should maybe tap on my brakes a little bit
Okay,
more.
so it's not like we're on a major highway right now.
Oh, no. You're still on city roads, yeah. You see the person in the passenger side just, I've had enough of this. Jesus. And pulls out a pistol.
Okay, I'm still concentrating on my force field, so that's still a thing.
Okay, well, she'll still make the roll. So 35. It's 10 plus your parry, but I don't think it really matters because
Well, I
as
think-
long as the force field's up, it just kind of.
Isn't it dodge for ranged?
Oh yeah, dodge is for range. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay. My dodge is 0, so that's going to.
So then the damage for this thing then. So it's a 19.
Yeah, so I think you're good.
Yeah, my current toughness still soaks that.
Yeah, you're fine. So the bullet just kind of hits the force field and just kind of whizzes off. Your turn.
Okay, so the one that leaned out of the car to punch me, I am going to actually try to grab them and pull them out of the car window. You know, gently.
So I think for a grab. So first of all, you make a basic attack.
Oof. That's an 8.
Oh, and I'm guessing your force field drops at this point too, right?
Yeah, I have to dismiss it in order to make an action.
Yeah, so you try to make the attack, and then you actually like see her. The person in the back just kind of just almost like brushes you away, just like, no, don't.
I love the mental image of Beacon trying to like pull someone out of a moving car with the same sort of cadence as like a person trying to get like the last few French fries out of a paper bag.
And just every time you go for just smack.
Yeah.
So driver's turn. The driver is going to slam on the brakes.
So is my arm still in the vehicle as that happens?
I don't know at this point. I'm guessing yes.
Okay, there's an interesting implication. So does my arm exit the vehicle before it stops, or do I just like rip the minivan door off its hinges?
You basically rip off like so you know how there's like the driver's side door, that like bar, and then like the passenger side doors? You basically rip
Yes.
off that bar and the passenger side door.
Just sort of wearing it like a bracelet now.
And then you just hear like all like 3 voice modulated screams.
Hope they've got Geico.
I think at this point, if you do want to make an intimidate check, Jack, this would be a good time to do it.
I feel like at this point our strategy is let's hope they give up soon.
Well, if they've come to a stop, I guess I'll just go over and approach the vehicle or what's left of it.
So I think though that at this point you see the driver like fumbling with their seat, just and then just puts their hands up. Just no, the driver's tapping out.
Beacon just sort of walks over with this like twisted metal remains of the car still like wrapped around his arm and says, "Thank you for your cooperation in pulling over your vehicle. I will now be escorting you to the nearest police precinct. And as always, thank you for reducing your carbon footprint by choosing to carpool."
Somewhere far away from the precinct, a singular figure sits behind a chair. She opens the morning newspaper and see the headline, "Nail You Nails First Perps." As they sip their tea, they just let out a singular,